Pico. Let me know. Yeah, 2-1. I saw the sport for the first time at the Ottawa Rehab Center when the local team, the Ottawa Stingers, would practice. But at that time, a couple months after my injury, I wasn't interested in playing wheelchair rugby. So it took me a while to accept an invitation to a practice. Now, I gave it a try and I went to the rehab. They lent me a chair and I had a really good time. That's when I realized that I really missed the competition, and being a part of a team, and also meeting a lot of guys that went through the same challenges as me. What I liked to do the most when I was a kid was play sports. So whether it was with my friends and my brother, we would just get together and play hockey, play baseball, play any kind of sports. That was definitely my favorite pastime. I'm a very competitive person, so just being around guys and testing each other to see who's the best at every sport, I think was something that I thrived for and I really enjoyed. Playing sports, it was a big part of my life. It was just a part-time job for the summer. I just finished a year of college and I was working on the second floor of a house that we were building, and I fell from the second through the first right into the basement. I fell on my back, my head hit the ground, and I fractured the 6th vertebrae in my neck and damaged my spinal cord, which meant that I was paralyzed and I've been a quadriplegic since. Imagine at 18-year-old when you're starting to be very independent. I was driving, I was living with my brother, I was playing hockey, I was working everything, and in a matter of a second I lost all of that. I was depending on a lot of people. It was definitely a hard time in my life. At the beginning I wasn't sure what was going on. I still had hope that maybe I would walk again or regain my function, but when I realized that wasn't going to be an option, that I would probably be paralyzed for the rest of my life, it was definitely hard to accept.
All of us know what it's like. When you're there, you kind of feel alone. You really don't think anybody else, even the nurses who worked here for like 25 years, they don't really know what you're going through. They see it a lot, but they don't know and they can't understand. So it's nice to have somebody come up and contact you, because then there is that connection out there. And if you're not ready for it right now, eventually you will be, and you'll seek it out.
When we get to meet new people that just got injured, we try to show them that there's a lot more to life, and to give them hope that there's still a good life to live, even if you just suffered a pretty severe injury.
Rehab can only teach you so much inside the walls of this hospital. I mean, nurses wait on your hand and foot, and when you get out into the real world, it's a lot different. And so the things that you can learn through sports about not just sport but everyday living is being taught through different means.
To be honest, it took me about 4 years to be completely independent after my injury, and I owe it a lot to the sport and meeting those guys. Just it's kind of funny putting on pants in the morning, or there's always some techniques that help. I wasn't really sure how to transfer from the tub to my everyday chair, and one of my teammates showed me how to do it. Obviously, he was dressed in the tub.
It's on and off the court. I mean, we play rugby together, but we still spend time outside of here with going to events and hanging out, just going for beers or whatever.
You definitely cheer those guys on that are moving up and beyond. It's always fun to keep track of how they're doing, and it does give you an extra purpose to come out to practice, because even if you're not making it to that level, you're supporting the guys that are. You're giving them somebody to practice against and practice with.
I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with my life, and I was really lucky to find this sport, because it took me to about 13 or 14 countries around the world. And playing a sport for a living, I don't know what else I could ask for, right? It's a sweet job to have.
Well, I have 2 kids, and they're little girls, and I think they like to come and watch me play whenever they can. And I think it's really valuable for them to see me not just pushing myself at home to do everything that everybody else is doing, or going to my full-time job or whatever, but coming out here, having fun, pushing hard, They get to see that whatever you want to do, you can do. You put your mind to it, you can do it.
I know how much the sport helped my life. It changed my life for the best. It is important for us to spend time together, whether it's on the court or off the court, because we can learn so much from each other.
Great start.
Even if sometimes we do talk trash a little bit on the court, we still respect each other a lot because we know that we went through the same challenges in our lives. It's like having a second family, and it's something that I grew up with, that I was missing, and I'm able to have it now in my day-to-day living.